With a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a second. Tried to get away, but could not. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
And shedding through the tackle. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Cire-429's. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, Mike.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out. Jackson on first down. That's complete to John Ross. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 3rd down, Jackson flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set, hut. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Watch the signal.
Kaiser now to throw on 1st down. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Vikings. Adam Thielen, 88 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0.
Vikings 7, Bengals nothing.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Bengals take over first
Let's go,
and 10
baby. Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the tread expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
First down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. From the 29, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Kaiser now. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Kaiser now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I got 11. Watch the cut. Let's go. Under 10. 10. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, switch gears. No.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Mike, full. Come on, baby. Come on.
Kaiser from the gun on 3rd. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Set.
The first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
After one, it's 9-0. Kaiser on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. First down, Kaiser. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Geno Atkins able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Kaiser to throw it. And the pressure gets to him again. Geno Atkins able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now Joe Mixon. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Touchdown.
A.J. Green, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 1st and 10, Kaiser. And he's got his man on the out route. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. Kaiser now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Kaiser. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Showing it. Check 26.
On 3rd down, Kaiser. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They run for it with Mixon. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1 yard. 1st down, Cincinnati.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run here with Mixon. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Going deep downfield for Ross. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Grant. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Throwing for his line back, and he's got him complete. And the ball is knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Kaiser now after the fumble recovery. Going to throw right side here, complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Come on, switch it. 36. Check nickel.
Here's Kaiser. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Kaiser lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Get ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard
Kill.
line.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up. 80 weapon. Off. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Shake it.
Operating from the gun. Kaiser. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 58 yards.
Check back.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Jim. Check. Switch. Undercrush.
Kaiser.
You got that. Switch.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Check 13.
Second down and goal. Kaiser to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
Shit. Get him on.
To the air again. Kaiser looking end zone, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive stand here from 1st and goal? 3 straight incompletion.
Yeah, I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Once again, they run with Mixon. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 42-yard line.
Watch the edge. Kill. 25. Check 25. Check 22. Jet cover. 22. Jet cover.
From the gun, Kaiser. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On third down, Jackson. It's complete to Grant. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Corey Grant, his first touchdown of the new season. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will get them one closer. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Kaiser. And he will find his man on the outside. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Kaiser now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On play action, Kaiser. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jarrett Davis in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll throw here, Kaiser. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Kaiser. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for the Bengals. Give him 55 yards on the ground. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Flushed out right. This one hauled in by Sample. The end result, 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Let's go now. Let's make these babies cry on the way back home, yo.
They'll give it to Mixon. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Lamar Jackson scoring on the 2-yard keeper as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And this is now a 1-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Kaiser looking for his running back, and he's got him. It's a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Let's go. Mike 4. Let's go, D. Let's go. That's it. Mike 4. 3 bucks. Ready to go.
Kaiser on 3rd and 2. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Harris now to return. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
On second down, Mixon. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. That's going to be caught. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Mixon trying to punch it into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
He's checking.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers.
You're holding
what does that
4
mean?
fingers. That signifies the 4th quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter. What we found out so far, 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
I'm coming! SOS. Check. Crunch.
After the sack on 1st down, Kaiser. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go play action. Kaiser. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Dante Hightower in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Back to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, 81 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Kaiser hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. To throw is Kaiser. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Set, cut. 15 on it. 15 on it. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action